Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. American Pickers alum Frank Fritz's customers have been disappointed over the store's underwhelming items as the antique shop has struggled after his death. Frank passed away on September 30 at 60 years old, 2 years after he suffered a stroke that left him debilitated and under a conservatorship and guardianship. Frank owned Frank Fritz Finds in Savannah, Illinois, as the store remains running today thanks to his friend Jerry Gendreau. Customers have expressed their disappointment over the antique store in the months following Frank's tragic passing. One shopper expressed, "Had Frank's health been better, I'm sure he would have done more with the store. Rip buddy." A second commented, "If you're going to this store to try to find something cool, choose another place. The antique section is small and is very underwhelming." But others enjoyed their experience at the antique shop, as another shopper praised, "Very cool place to see this place. Lots of old collectibles to buy. Very impressive along the main road in Savannah. Highly recommended." Another said, "Very impressive store with lots to see and lots to offer." In exclusive photos obtained by the US Sun, the store consists of just 2 rooms in the back of Hot Dog's bar. Antiques in the store are considered smalls compared to his former co-star Mike Wolfe's expensive finds worth thousands. In Frank's shop, a duplex electric company antique goes for $400. American Pickers star Frank Fritz's antiques, including his motorcycle collection, to be auctioned off after tragic death. A horse plaque is $35, while oil cans signed by Frank go for the same price. An antique cash register could be a customer's for just $30. After Frank's death, his friend Jerry previously told the US Sun his plans to revamp the store in honor of his friend. Jerry told the US Sun in October 2024, "We have been an antique store for 35 years. We'll probably continue to be that. We may display motorcycles and choppers that represent Frank. Right now it's set up as an 1880s general store. Maybe there'll be bikes on a rack all the way down the center. We're trying to contemplate what other people want me to do." The shop has struggled in recent years, as the US Sun previously reported estimated annual sales are just $25,000 per Experian's business valuation report. Exclusive photos obtained by the US Sun also reveal the conditions of the store. Thick spiderwebs could be seen in the corner of the store with bugs trapped in the silk in one photo. Dust, dirt, and dead leaves could be seen on the run-down floorboards. There were also holes in the uneven floor paneling and paint chips were curling off the ceiling. Despite the dim lighting in the shop, dust was still visible and gathering on many of the items displayed. Frank wasn't as involved in the store after his stroke in July 2022 at his Davenport, Iowa home. Frank's friends filed an emergency appointment of a temporary guardian and conservator for the star on August 18, 2022. They claimed his decision-making capacity was so impaired from the stroke. The conservatorship papers obtained by the US Sun revealed plans for the store in the years after the stroke. The initial plan filed by conservator Midwest-owned bank read, "Mr. Fritz is a well-known collector and has numerous outbuildings full of valuable collections. The conservator has not yet inventoried those items, but plans to leave them largely as they are now, with the exception of stocking Mr. Fritz's antique store in Savannah, Iowa as needed." Conservator is hopeful Frank will be able to participate in selection and pricing of items as he did previously. The stroke left Frank wheelchair-bound, as a source previously told the US Sun in August 2023, "He can walk, but he's always going to need the wheelchair because he can't walk long distances. Basically, you lose motion. He lost motion. A stroke can affect your left or your right side. It affected his right side." Jerry previously gave insight into Frank's health struggles in his final moments. He said, "He felt really bad. You would go to see him in the nursing home and one half of his body was completely done. He would lift his arm up and it would just drop. That's got to be tough to be totally bedridden." Jerry explained how Frank grew frustrated because he couldn't come out and say what he wanted to say. Jerry said, "I've seen this when people get tired, they get tired. I think if you don't have the will to live, you won't. I think Frank could have lived a lot longer if the will to live would have been there. Jerry previously told the U.S. Sun how loved ones will say goodbye and honor the star's final wish. He said, "This was his will. He wanted to come on the back of a motorcycle or a sidecar with his ashes in an urn with a big ride and go back to the Quad Cities." Frank's final ride through the Quad Cities, which is a region of 4 cities in Iowa and Illinois, would take place in the spring of 2025. Frank Fritz was placed under a conservatorship in August 2022, just weeks after he suffered a stroke. Frank's conservator is Midwestern Bank and is in charge of his finances. The bank agreed to invest Frank's money and collections to generate income. The guardian is his good friend Chris Davis. Chris is responsible for helping Frank manage his Crohn's disease treatment, go to physical therapy, grocery shop, cook, and more day-to-day tasks. The conservatorship also agreed to help replenish Frank's Iowa antique store, Frank Fritz Finds. A wheelchair ramp and more have been installed in his Iowa home under the conservatorship. But the memorial has been put on pause as his father, Bill Fritz, is challenging the will. While an Iowa judge approved Frank's will prior to death to safekeep the document before his passing, his dad is demanding his late son's entire estate. A source told the U.S. Sun his close motorcycle family planned a motorcycle run that includes riding Frank's ashes to Savannah, Illinois, where his longtime friend Jerry runs his antique store. They plan to have live music, possibly blocking off streets. That is all for now, but they do have plans for more. His friends were in the process of planning the memorial when his dad challenged the will. The insider claimed Frank is the one who wanted a grand celebration with his friends, as they know all of his wishes for a celebration of life. The source added, his father did not know what his son wanted. Bill told the U.S. Sun of the court battle, "It is a fake will. He did not have a will. He did not sign it. I am his only loved one. I am his only survivor. None of them are related to him. I am the only relation he has. All the others are trying to get money. They are nothing but people who worked for him." But one of Frank's friends pushed back to the U.S. Sun. His father had very little to do with Frank. He only came to see Frank once when he suffered the stroke. The insider maintained that the will is valid despite Bill's claims.